Hey, what's up guys? Chief Pat here, and today bringing you guys a brand new Clash Royale video. And inside of this video, I'm going to be showing you guys an absolutely insane air deck that I've been playing over the last couple of days. Now, this deck is pretty weird. I wouldn't recommend it if you guys are going for trophies. It's a really fun one to play though, and especially since the season just reset inside of Clash Royale, where I'm going to be facing some lower level players. I'm going to be using the Lava Hound Balloon Dragon as well as a bunch of minions, and overall, it should make for some pretty crazy matches. Now, whenever the season resets, I try to be pretty nice to the players that I'm playing, and I let them take at least a couple of my crown towers so they can get their crown chests, but unfortunately that's just the way it is. You have to play some of these level 9s and level 10s, and overall things can get pretty ugly when you do that. Now, I don't have my Lava Hound just yet. It looks like it's probably the final card inside of my rotation, but with this deck, especially when I get to double elixir, I like to use the Lava Hound up front, then the balloon, then the baby dragon, as well as a couple of minions, and it makes an absolutely unstoppable horde that is really difficult for your opponent to deal with, especially if they don't have a ton of air seeking troops. I know a lot of people at the top, they only bring something like spear goblins, or they might only bring a musketeer, and if you have a Lava Hound, a balloon, as well as a baby dragon running at them, then there's not really too much that they can do. So it works out pretty well a lot of the time. Again, facing a lower level guy right now who's a level 9, but he's going to start making his way down the right hand lane, and instead of playing defense, I'm just going to give him a thumbs up and let him steal some, or at least let him steal a crown tower from me. I don't want to ruin his day. I don't want to make it so I'm wasting his time. So if he drops his free spell, no problem. But I'm just going to set up for a big push of my own using the Lava Hound. And then now that the Lava Hound's barreling all the way down the map, we should be able to set up for a massive like 20 elixir push. It's 7 elixir for the Lava Hound. We've got the balloon that's 5 elixir, 3 elixir minions, and then the baby dragon in just a moment. And that tower, or that inferno tower, is going to go down in just a second, as well as now our balloons on the left hand side. And even though it did get targeted by both of those towers, it's still going to go down on the left. Looks like the wizard's going to try its best against the Lava Hound, but really not doing too much damage. I totally feel bad for this guy. But now that the Lava Hound's locked onto the tower, poison spell is going to drop, and only one more push to end the game and wrap this one up. Alright, so Valkyrie's going to go down on the bottom. We've got the Lava Hound prep next. I'm going to go for another big push. He's going to go for another Hog Rider Spear Goblin push. I'll just let him do his thing, especially if he freezes it. Really no chance that he's going to be able to even take out my tower right there, because my King Tower and Arena Tower are so much of a higher level than him. But now that we've got the Valkyrie and the Lava Hound locked onto the Inferno, that's going to go down in just a second. And with the balloon rushing towards the tower, one more hit will take it out and give us that victory. So I really didn't get the optimal push, I think, in this game. Normally, I like to have Lava Hound, Balloon, and Baby Dragon like I was talking about, but for some reason, my card rotation was sort of messed up, and I had like weird Valkyrie, Valkyrie, Balloon, Lava Hound pushes. The Valkyrie's sort of just there in case I ran into another level 13 and actually had to play some defense. But let's hop into another battle right now, and again, a little bit of a weird starting deck, so we're just going to drop our minions down the right-hand lane and start preparing for another push. Alright, so Princess is going to be a little bit annoying to deal with. I don't know if this guy has the minion horde. That's the only reason that I wouldn't arrow it. He's got a Hog Rider going down the lane. My minion horde should be able to snatch this Hog Rider down. And even though the Princess will shoot down my minion horde still, the Princess is going to go down in just a second. And now we can set up for that big push that I was talking about. Okay, especially since he dropped that cannon, he's definitely going to be vulnerable to our push. And you can notice that I'm playing my Lava Hound all the way in the very back. I probably should play it in one of the corners, because when you play in the back like this, it sort of makes its pathing a bit weird, but still, we've got minions and the baby dragon that are able to take care of his push right there, and now we're going to be able to attack him from both sides at once, and unfortunately, since he is a level 10, this one's going to be a little bit annoying for him to deal with. Now, check out the damage that the Lava Hound does. The Lava Hound does some of the worst damage inside of the entire game. It's a level 3 legendary that's doing about, what, like 30 or 40 damage per hit. Again, I don't care too much about my towers. I know I can just go for a 3 crown push whenever I want. So we've got the Lava Hound, we got the minion horde. He's going to actually end up fireballing that out. So my Lava Hound, meanwhile, is doing like 1 damage per second. And the tower's still going to get annihilated by those lava pups. I was really surprised at the lava pups damage. If you guys haven't seen the lava pups in action, they actually do a pretty decent job. Again, need to make sure I assassinate this princess. Let's do that with the Valkyrie. But this deck is really like the Golem 3 Musketeer deck, where it gets strong as you go into overtime. And by overtime, I mean double elixir, which obviously isn't overtime, but with a minute left in the battle, we're about to get into that right now. We've got the Lava Hound dropping, we've got the Baby Dragon and the Balloon queued up next for us to use. He's going to use his Hog Rider on the left-hand lane. I guess I'll drop some minions to take that out just to be sure, but now that the Lava Hound's going down there, we can start doing that Balloon and Baby Dragon push that I was talking about, and this should be what we need to wrap this game up. Okay, so I am scared of the minion horde, so even though I'm going to freeze that princess, I know that I have to drop a freeze. Oh, that actually, my Baby Dragon annihilated that minion horde right there, so we really didn't even need to use that freeze spell. We've got the Balloon, we still have the Lava Hound at like 75% HP. Looks like some of the towers actually retargeted, making it so my Lava Hound actually isn't taking very much damage. The zap will not kill the minion horde, however the princess should be able to help out. With the Baby Dragon with the Balloon running towards the tower, that should wrap up the game, and actually a pretty well fought defense by this guy right here at level 10, not letting me get that 3 crown as easy as possible throughout this battle. So pretty solid defense. He didn't end up taking one of my towers. I guess I wasn't as generous as the first battle, but take a look at this next one where you can see things are going to get a little bit sad, playing another level 9 as we do a climb. Guys, I don't mean to do this to these people in the beginning of the seasons, but when you have trophies that go all the way up to 5,000 in a season, and then you're going to go ahead and start playing people who were at like 3,100 at the end of last season, and you're that far of a level difference, things get pretty insane. And I really have to spend a lot of time fighting through these people to make sure that I climb my way back up to fighting those level 12s and 13s. Alright, so we got a Lava Hound and a Baby Dragon in the lane. The princess is going to go down. A little bit unfortunate that I dropped that minion horde, but still, they're going to be able to knock that tower out no problem. The first tower of the game is gone with 2 minutes and 10 seconds of left in regular time. And now with the Lava Pups damaging that tower, can just go ahead and set up for another slow push down the right-hand lane, and that should be all we need to clear up the game and to get that another 3 crown victory. By the way, one thing I do want to mention is that the meta right now at the very top might be the most unique as far as decks go since I started playing the game. I've been seeing an insane amount of different decks. No longer is it just the Royal GG and Hog Rider up at level 13, but I'm seeing a lot of people do some crazy stuff. I don't know how it is at lower levels. I know on my Arena 7 account, my level 7 that I have, that it still is just Hog Riders everywhere in Royal Giants, but at least at the very top, it's been a lot of fun with people playing all air decks, people are playing minor decks, of course still Hog Riders, as well as Royal Giants. I've been playing the Golem 3 Musketeer deck, and people have been playing like this one weird Golem Baby Dragon deck, so I feel like things are actually pretty cool right now at the top, and I wish it would be that way for the rest of the game. So maybe if there was a small Hog Rider nerf to help that out, then you guys would see that at some of those lower levels. But it's a lot of fun up here. Even this deck that I'm playing right now, I know someone played against me and dominated, and yeah, this is one of the things that I see when I'm playing lower level guys. Might be, you know, I think I would do this on my lower account as well. As soon as you queue up with someone 3 levels higher than you who's a level 13, just quit out of the game. But unfortunately, this guy wanted nothing to do with the aerial assault, and he just turned it off after like literally 2 seconds of battle. I don't blame him. Let's go for the fastest 3 crown of all time. We've got the Lava Hound tanking. We've got 5 more minions coming down, or actually 6 more minions coming down the lane in addition to the Lava Hound. Should be able to damage that down pretty quickly. The minions do the highest damage per second in the game as far as the minion horde goes. So a 43-second 3 crown against this guy. Sorry to the poor level 10. He didn't even take a free tower from me. I would have given you a tower, man. I'm sorry that I had to do that for you and take 35 of your trophies. It's really hard for you guys, especially the level 9s who are at like 3,100 trophies when the season resets, because they run into people who are level 12, level 13, level 11 that were at the top of the season previously. As for example, take a look at this guy. He's sending out the Teary emotes as soon as the battle starts. Lava Hound's making its way down the lane. It is the slowest card inside of the entire game, doing almost absolutely nothing. Baby Dragon's going to follow up on this Lava Hound, arrow down both the princess as well as that elixir collector. Look how much damage this arrow does to that elixir collector. The arrows usually never do that much damage, but since this guy is such a low level, it's actually going to end up crushing that collector, and the minion horde is going to tear through the P.E.K.K.A. and the Prince combo, not even reaching my tower. Okay, well, good fireball by him. That's going to save a lot of the damage. Meanwhile, you've got the Lava Hound and the Balloon doing almost nothing to the tower, or the Lava Hound and the dragon doing nothing to the tower, but now that the balloon goes down, we're going to be able to take that out no problem. And as we approach the king tower, I'm actually going to drop a freeze spell on top of the princess as well as both the towers. We might be able to get a single hit off, which we're going to be able to do before he drops his own freeze spell. So pretty well played by him to save any more damage. Alright, so at this point, I don't care about my towers. Like I said, I'm trying to make this as painless as possible for these guys who are getting matched up against me. So I'm going to take out the princess just because it's so annoying, but then I'm going to go back and get my Lava Hound ready. I could have played my Valkyrie and stopped that push in like half a second, but I'm going to let him go ahead and get that free tower right there. Let's make one more big push down the right-hand lane with the Lava Hound and to see if we can wrap up this 3-crown victory. Again, the prince isn't very much of a worry. I'm going to say well played. Again, trying to be good guy Chief Pat and let people take a couple of towers for their crown chest, even though no one ever does that against me on my level 7 account. So Lava Hound's going to be floating over the water. It's actually going to be targeting that elixir collector next, which is going to be fairly annoying. So I'm going to wait for it to lock onto the collector and for the king tower to try to attack it as well. We've got the baby dragon going down. We've got the balloon going down, and that should be game as the balloon is about to go crazy on his base. So the balloon's locking onto the king tower. The ice wizard's trying to do its best, but it's not going to be able to do much. The arrow or the free spell is going to go down, which will help him out just a bit, but the free spell that he has might only be like level 5 or something like that. So another 3-crown victory and another merciless victory against a lower level player. Guys, this deck is really fun to play. If you want to try it out, you can see it again on the screen right here. Lots of air troops, and if you run into someone who's not playing a musketeer, who's not playing like fireball and minion or fireball and arrows to take out all the combos of minions, it's actually pretty cool, and you can get some devastating 3-crown victories. I played it at the top of the ladder, and I had a decent amount of success with it. I know on stream yesterday I was actually doing terribly with it, but it's pretty fun. Give it a go, and let me know what you guys think with the comment in the comment section below. So yeah, that is going to do it for today's beatdowns using this all-air deck. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like, smack that like button with your forehead. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out. Wait, but if you guys want to see any new decks, let me know in a comment. Okay, bye.